Welcome to our Believe There Is Good virtual races broadcast. My name is Kurt Hansen. I'm the founder and CEO of our company, and I want to welcome you for this short 20-minute video where we're going to tell you about this wonderful program that's helping charities and nonprofits and civic organizations raise a lot of money during this terrible pandemic. Let's get started and we'll tell you a little bit more about how it all comes together. The impact of the virus, as all of you know, has just been horrific. 92% of nonprofits have been greatly impacted, and the donations are considerably down, as you already know. A lot of Americans have been out of work, and they're turning to nonprofits and charities for help. They need money, they need groceries, they need all kinds of supplies and other things. And right now, the demand for charitable services is greater than it may have ever been, and yet people don't have the money to donate at the level they used to do. Well, we had to make a decision back in March of 2020, and that decision was, are we going to do more to help charities and nonprofits raise the money they needed? We knew we could make a huge difference because we've been helping charities and nonprofits raise money through traditional races like 5Ks, 10Ks, marathons, mountain bike events, and triathlons. We've been doing that for years. None of us really anticipated that we would ever have a pandemic in our lifetime. I'm sure you didn't, and I didn't either. But we made the decision that we would not allow it to destroy our lives. We believed that if we worked with you and we came together, then we could win, meaning we could find some good and believe there is good despite what's going on in our country and around the world today. Now, so that you understand a little bit more about us, which I think is really important, we've been in business for almost 14 years now. I started the company with my wife back in 2007, and our idea was simple. We wanted to build a sports management platform that could deliver tremendous benefits to athletes, race organizers, charities, people all over the world. And we've been very blessed to be able to do that. Today, as you can see, we're privately held. We have over 500 offices around the world. We've done over 70,000 races since 2007. We're more than just timing systems and timing races. We're also one of the largest registration results platforms in the world. And over 17,000 charities have selected us and worked with us to raise hundreds of millions of dollars on our It's Your Race registration results platform. We were also the first company to bring out social media apps over 7 years ago where athletes could see their photos and their real-time results immediately after they finished a race. We're huge in the race photography business, and we have the largest digital magazine for athletes in the world. It's called Race Times, and you can go to that site. It's racetimesmagazine.com, and we have over 700,000 subscribers. And by the way, we don't charge anything for the subscription. It's our way of giving back to all the athletes who've helped us grow and be successful. So our history is rich. We've been around a long time. We're privately held. We're profitable. And we're going to be here to help a lot of charities for many more years. Speaking of charities, here's a good example of the types of charities and nonprofits that have worked with us. Again, 17,000, but we thought we'd just show you a few. A couple of these are my favorites. The 9/11 Heroes Run. What a wonderful organization that raises money for those victims from that horrific event. And then you see organizations like, for example, Samaritan's Purse. What a terrific organization. It goes all over the world to help people who have been through terrible circumstances. They're somebody that we work with, and all of the others you see here, and of course, many, many more. We're very proud of the fact that we've been able to give back. And in fact, 98% of all of what we do here is about helping charities and nonprofits. That's why we're perfect to help you during this pandemic and to help you raise money. Now, how does our Be the Good program work exactly? Well, let me first tell you that you're going to be putting on what's called a virtual race. Instead of a traditional 5K where everybody shows up on a Saturday morning and they run, this is a virtual event. Obviously, with social distancing and with the pandemic, we don't want everybody to gather at the same place at the same time. So a virtual event or a virtual race allows somebody, and by the way, it doesn't have to be an athlete, mom and dad, grandpa and grandma, could be the kids, the grandkids, could be somebody who's just a couch potato who says, I'd like to help this charity. So they sign up for the virtual race. It's an online event that allows anyone to participate when and where they desire. So, for example, your virtual 5K might be set up to operate for a full 30 days. What's nice about this concept is that people who might not want to show up on a Saturday morning at 6 a.m. will now say, well, this is interesting. I could go out and walk or bike or jog or run on a day of my choosing during this 30-day window. And by the way, it could be 21 days, you could make it 60 days. You get to decide that. But during that period, they could say, looks like Wednesday is going to be a beautiful day. So what I'll do is I'll go out and I'll participate on that particular day. I feel like, it'll be a nice day and I want to get outside. Now, what also is really nice about this is they can run anywhere they want. They don't have to go to a particular course. So they could run in their neighborhood, they could run at the local park, maybe they go up to the high school and run around the track. This is what a virtual event is, and we've made it so easy. Let's take a look at some of the ways this will work in terms of the mechanics of rolling it out. First of all, you're going to earn $10 for every single registration. It'll be a $30 registration. We're going to send you $10 right off the top. Now, you may be asking, well, what happens to the rest of that money? Well, you'll see that as we go along here. And I want you to know this is not a huge profit maker for us. And you'll see that as we go. This is really about giving back to people, to organizations, and to communities. And it's because my wife and I have been so blessed, and this company has grown to be so large, and we're a worldwide company. It was our belief when this whole pandemic started that we should eliminate all fees as much as possible and really try to do something special. So you're going to get $10. No matter what our costs are, and you'll see more about that in a minute, you're going to get $10 on a $30 registration. Now, what's going to happen is when somebody signs up, they're going to get a souvenir shirt, just like you see on the right side of the slide here. And what's really nice about this is a beautiful shirt that says, "Believe there is good." And inside that globe is going to be your logo or your message, your brand. For us, this isn't about our reputation or our name or our brand. It's about you. What we want to do is give you the opportunity to reach millions of runners and athletes and joggers and swimmers and bikers and say, when you sign up for $30, you're not only helping our charity, but you're going to get this beautiful shirt. And here's the best part. We're actually a huge company that manufactures shirts and bibs and all kinds of souvenirs. So we're going to custom print this shirt with your logo right on it. Even if you only had 30 people show up, doesn't matter to us. We have the capability to do this. We're not only going to print it, but we're going to send it to that participant, to that athlete. You're not going to have to do the fulfillment. So we're completely handling all of that for you. It's an absolutely gorgeous shirt that you would pay $15 to maybe $20 for if you were to walk into any running store and buy it. So that's a tremendous value to the athletes. Now, when you say, yes, I want to do this, Kurt, I want to set up this event, we don't want you to have to worry about all the mechanics of how a race works and all those details. Our goal is to help you quickly raise money. So what we've done is we've taken our entire team of technical support staff, our account managers, and we've said, we're going to dedicate them to you. You're literally going to have a team here that's going to back you and help you at no charge. Normally, in a year where there isn't a pandemic, this is where we begin to make money. We charge for these types of services. These are going to be 100% free to you. You'll never pay us a penny for this, okay? So when you say, yes, I'm ready to go, you'll have an account manager assigned. You'll have a tech support person assigned. You'll have a marketing person assigned. Their job is to surround you, hold your hand, set up your event, and speaking of that, you're going to have your own webpage on our platform. So when people go to sign up, they're going to see your message, your logo, your name. They're going to say, hey, I'm signing up for this charity's event, and we're going to do all of that for free. You don't have to do anything. As you can see there, it says you pay nothing. We're deadly serious about this. You'll never pay us a penny for this program. The way we make a little bit of money is on each registration. Obviously, with us having to send the shirt out and manufacture the shirt and assign all this personnel, as I said earlier, it's not a profit maker for us. But we have a huge staff of people who aren't very busy right now because of the pandemic. If you think about it, we're not out doing 5Ks or 10Ks or marathons. Social distancing has stopped all of that. So I have a huge organization that's here to help you. And again, you pay absolutely nothing. We're going to hold your hand and we're going to make this possible. Now, one of the other things that we did back in March is we said, wouldn't it be great if these charities and these nonprofits could reach out to millions of people and they could become more familiar with that charity? Now, you may run a local charity or a nonprofit in your town and you're saying, I reach out to 4,000 or 5,000 people in my community. You probably never thought about how could you reach out to millions of people around the world. Well, you probably couldn't. The cost to do that would be astronomical. So we asked ourselves back in March, how could we expose your charity to donors on a worldwide basis? Well, one of the things we realized is, why don't we develop a customized virtual race app that can be loaded on an iPhone or an Android phone, where you can share your story, your mission, and the athlete, the couch potato, can sign up for the event right on the phone. Not only that, but wouldn't it be great if we provided live tracking during the event so that when they go up to the park, they can say, all right, I'm ready to go. The app gives them encouragement, says, okay, get ready to run. It reminds them every 10, 20, 30 seconds. They get to decide that. If they want to be sort of pepped up and told, hey, keep going, you're doing a good job, the app will do all of that. When they finish the distance, it'll actually say to them, congratulations, you just finished. And not only that, but it'll allow them to take a selfie at that moment when they want to celebrate. And that photo, that selfie, automatically gets uploaded to our platform. And they can then share that with all of their friends, everybody around the world. Now, the average person, say on Facebook, is just an example. The average person has about 225 friends. Did you know that? I don't, but the average person out there has 225 friends. Think about this for just a moment. When that photo gets uploaded, your logo is going to be placed on that photo. That means that when they share that with their friends, and those friends continue to share, millions of people who may have never heard of your charity, your nonprofit, your civic organization now know who you are. So we're helping you perpetuate or tell your story to people who've never heard of you. That's all built in. You don't pay. Normally, this is a program where you would be spending money to do that. We're going to do it absolutely free. Your race is going to be on our website. That's itsyourrace.com, where millions of athletes come every single month looking for a virtual event. So they could say, for example, I want to search for anything that has to do with dogs or cats or homeless people, and they're going to find your event and they can sign up. And in fact, we have virtual events already on the platform where we'll get emails saying, I'm a little tiny charity, and all of a sudden I'm seeing money coming in from Hawaii, from Guam, from England. This is a true story. It's because, again, your charity now has the exposure of our worldwide platform. And again, you don't pay anything for it. Now, you think that would be enough, right? Well, it's not. We want to go even one step further. As I mentioned earlier, we actually produce a magazine called Race Times Magazine. It's the largest magazine in the world for athletes. 700,000 people receive it every single issue. And you can see it on your screen here. Here's some past issues. What we're going to do is we're going to mention your virtual event in that magazine. We have a listing of races, and we're going to mention your event so that 700,000 people will now be able to say, I didn't know that that charity existed, and I didn't know they were in that area, and I'd sure like to learn more about them. That's one of the things we're going to do at no charge. Normally, that costs you about $2,000 per issue, no charge. We're also going to make sure all of our 500 offices know about your story. And if you're in an area where we have offices, which is quite likely, we're going to ask those offices to be sure to share the news of your event with all the local athletes. We want to get the word out and make sure they know what's going on with you. As I said earlier, millions of athletes visit our It's Your Race website, so that exposure is going to be incredible. And then finally, we're the largest digital advertiser on Google for the sports industry, for athletes signing up for events. We have massive Facebook campaigns, all kinds of digital ad campaigns running. You will be mentioned in those. And not only that, but if you want help sending out your email list of all of your donors who have worked with you in the past, we're going to do that. You can literally say, well, we have 10,000 people have donated before, but we don't really know how to get them engaged. Well, if you look on the center of the screen, there's something here that says going virtual. That's actually an electronic guide for marketing your virtual event. It's totally free. Our marketing team put this together, and it's a step-by-step program where we tell you how you can maximize participation in your event so that you raise a lot of money. Now, one of the things that I love about this program is that, again, it's about you, not us. So when people sign up for your event, we're going to provide you all that contact information for free, and it's yours to use forever. So think about it this way. Not only are you going to raise money for the event, you're going to have people who then you can email and say in the future, we would love to have your support. We're fundraising for this particular building we're putting together, or maybe we're helping the homeless in this town. You'll be able to email them. So every single registration is going to come to you. Now, I'd like you to know who the people are that are behind this program, and I think it's important that you see a face. I've always been kind of an old school, shake a hand, and your word is golden, right? Well, I thought it would be nice for you to know who it is that's behind the scenes here, the leaders in our company. And these are the leaders who oversee the various departments that are going to be helping you. Now that you have their names, you know what they look like, you can always call us. Literally, you could call me as the CEO of the company and say, hey, I had a question. Now, I'm not the right guy. We have people here who do that, but I could certainly tell you anything about the company or our history or those sort of things. But the mechanics of the program will be handled by an account manager and, of course, marketing people and technical people as well. So that's me up there. I'm the founder and CEO. My beautiful wife is our chief operating officer and CFO, so she has all the money. Kevin McCallum is the vice president of all of our online services. So he oversees It's Your Race and all our registration stuff and results and photos. That's all him. Irene Crane, beautiful lady who runs our sales organization, who's responsible for all the account managers and the people who will be helping you. Pierre Stieblin is our app development director. So all this cool stuff we do in apps, he oversees all of that with his people. Kirsten Lee is the head of our marketing department, and she and her team are the ones that are going to help you and make sure that your event is a smashing success. And finally, one of the most important people here is Lee Deal, a wonderful woman, and you'll call her if you have questions. She's responsible for all of our customer services, and she's got people who will help you. They'll take care of you. And she's just an absolutely charming and wonderful lady. So if you need something, you'll always be able to call here and ask for Lee, and then she'll make sure you're being taken care of. So what are your next steps? How do you get involved? What do you have to do? Not very much. We truly want to help you raise money. We want to help you bring more awareness to your charity immediately. And most important, we want you to be able to continue to market yourself to all of these millions of people around the world. Let us help you grow. This is our way of paying it back during the pandemic. For 13 years, our company grew out of control. It's been a slower year because of the pandemic, but we feel richly blessed here. And we felt it was time to pay it forward and to help. So all you have to do to take advantage of all this stuff is essentially email us at info@bethegoodevents.com. You could also call us, and when you call in, the phone system will tell you to press a certain number. I think it's 2, but you better listen. And it will tell you, press this number if you want to go to that department. It's actually easier to email us because then what happens is your email will go to the next person in the tree, so to speak, and that person will reach out to you immediately, and they'll get you completely set up. About the only thing you'll then have to do is be prepared to provide us any logos or artwork or your story. What's your brand? What's your message? Okay. The next thing we'll do is we'll work with you to make sure your website mentions your event. People are already familiar with you, right? So let's make sure they're aware of your virtual race. We'll help you do that. You'll want to email your donors and announce the event. Now, all of that is in our marketing guide that you're going to receive for free. That's really all there is to it. We're going to assign you an account manager. We're going to rapidly set your event up. You can decide how long you want to leave it up and running. You're going to have a web page here that looks like it's totally about you, and you'll begin seeing donations come into your organization right away. We know because we've been doing it for 13 years. We've raised a lot of money for a lot of charities. We're really, truly ready to help you raise that money. So contact us. Email us at info@bethegoodevents.com. And I hope that 2021 is a blessed year for all of you. Thanks for watching this presentation. Goodbye.